Guys, not everything needs to be wrapped in language or the issues of the cultural, political bullshit that's going on. If you're wondering why I'm saying this, it's because of Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio just made an announcement that he's taking the State Department back to the good times, the Times New Roman. And look, if you're going to be a font queen, be a font queen. That's fine. Do whatever you want. But make it about what it's actually about. Don't start pulling in all this extra shit if it doesn't actually need to be there. So case in point, Marco Rubio makes this big announcement about how this move is ending DEI and saving us so much money and getting back hundreds of thousands of dollars that were lost. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't line up. There's literally no world in which changing a font does that. What this does do is it takes away some of the accessibility offered by a sans serif font. I think a lot of people have already talked about this. It makes sense. Marco Rubio doing it probably isn't specifically to spite them, but it's probably a good way to try and energize the base. And the only reason stuff like this works is because people keep allowing politicians to get away with doing it, as well as news media platforming this stuff unironically without any kind of pushback or any kind of commentary on it, and just letting this kind of stuff stick in our politics. Now, the idea of over-politicizing stuff has been used and weaponized within different conversations, right? We're always saying that things are over-politicized when it brings in things like race, LGBTQ, whatever. And there's some truth to that, right? That stuff isn't political. But it's only political because people have made it political in a negative sense, right? We are only voting to try and preserve rights because people are actively trying to use the federal government to take away the rights of people to just live their fucking lives. That's it. And it's like, there's no justification for it. I don't care what side of the aisle you lie on. If you are a person who believes that I need to use the force of the government to not allow people to be allowed to choose the things that they want to do with their lives, then you're probably a pretty shitty person. Caveat to this statement being people who use the body choice argument for being an anti-vaxxer, but that's a problem for a bigger video. So look, guys, stop letting people politicize stuff. And that means stop responding to it, stop platforming it, stop allowing it to go unchallenged, stop letting it poison the discourse in our world. And remember, the real politicization is the friends you made along the way.